So you're gonna need some bigger.
You can do any shape you wish. Excellent. I'm excited. These are going to come out amazing.
Once we're done, like doing it, do we do the last one when it goes
I
up?
wonder what everybody's going to do.
I'm sorry, what? You were really glitching.
If you're done, just wait for a second. I just wonder what everyone's going to do on the weekend plans. I know that most of us have to stay home. But maybe there's something fun you're looking forward to doing, going in the pool in the backyard or going on a nature walk with your parents, something like that. Okay. Madeline Nolan, that looks great. And the last one, try not to make the lines quite so close together. See if you can erase that and put them a little farther apart.
It says your network bandwidth is low.
Mine is? Okay. Okay, so let's see. Do we feel like we're ready to move on to the next step on this one? Yeah, okay, I see thumbs up. Most people have thumbs up. Good. Okay, excellent. Now in the
Not ready.
Not ready? Okay, no problem. We'll wait for you. No problem. I'm just going to tell you what the next step is, but you don't have to do it yet. The next step, you'll need your glue. Now, I chose to buy a glue that came in this kind of bigger bottle. And so it's got a weird lid. And mine has a strange lid. It's not
I
small
only have
enough.
a glue stick.
It's not small enough for what I want to do. That's okay with the glue stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour mine in a cup. But if you have one of those glues that has the perfect tiny little cap, that's what we want, okay? So mine's going to go in a cup, but yours is going to go in, you're just going to use it straight from the bottle. Okay, so I'm going to share with you on my screen.
Maybe let's use glue sticks.
If you have glue stick, that's fine. Just do it a little thicker if you have glue stick, okay? All right, so now for mine, it's too fat, just like I said, but for yours, you can do it perfectly if you want to start pressing it and getting the glue to come out like this.
Are we getting it like on the line of the heart?
On the lines of the heart, best you can, okay? Now you don't want to make it too thick, otherwise it takes a long time to dry. So try not to do a big blob. Now, if you don't have a bottle, like I'm not going to use my bottle for the rest, I'm going to use a paintbrush and kind of put it on as thick as I did on the first one, okay? Actually, I think I can manage.
Is the point of the glue so it can like dry? Is the point of the glue so that it could like dry as like 3D?
Yes.
Okay, because I don't think it's gonna work with a glue stick.
You know what though, but it will work with the glue stick, Eden, because we're gonna put salt into it. And the salt will make it stick to it.
Oh, that's why.
But I don't have salt.
Who doesn't have salt?
Braylon.
Braylon, oh, you didn't find it? Mom didn't find any salt?
Yeah, she's probably in the shower.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. When she comes, maybe you can ask her in a minute. We're not quite ready for the salt anyways. Okay, once I have 2 hearts done, I am going to smooth it out a little bit to make it look exactly how I want it to look and exactly about the same thickness, okay?
Yeah, I don't think you should. I don't want to do it.
I wonder, Braylon, probably this is a no because you probably don't know, but maybe you could use flour. If someone doesn't have salt, they could use flour.
I need my mom's permission.
Did we add the salt already?
Not yet. We're gonna add the salt just a minute. Braylon, if you don't have it, don't worry, okay? We're gonna still make an awesome painting. Okay, so now I'm going to go from, I've got 2 hearts done, maybe you have 2 circles done, 2 triangles, whatever you chose. I'm gonna get my salt ready. Here's my salt. I'm gonna pour mine in a little bowl so that I don't make a mess and just pour it all like this. I'm gonna pour it in a bowl. And once it's in a little bowl,
Sequins?
sequins, sure, sequins will look beautiful, but it's not gonna work exactly the same as our watercolors. But it'll look
Okay,
pretty.
well, then I'll just get sequins anyway.
Okay, so now I'm going to take my salt, okay, and I'm going to sprinkle it on top of the 2 spots that I did for the glue. Let it kind of soak into the glue. Even if you're using glue stick, it's gonna attach to the glue stick, okay? And I'm gonna do like this, fill it all up. There's gonna be extra salt on your paper, that's okay. Just don't throw it on the floor after because it's gonna make you have salt all over your socks. Okay, so now it's all filled up like that. When I dump it off, I wanna be very careful because guess what? My glue is still very wet. And if I dump it off too quickly, if I pick up my paper and I dump it off too quickly, what's gonna happen is it's going to make my hearts drip. And I don't want my hearts to drip. So I'm gonna carefully give it a little shake and I'm gonna put it down back into my bowl, okay? But I'm gonna do it carefully because I don't want my hearts to drip, okay? So now it should look kind of like that. Okay, if you want, you can move it around a little bit with your pencil. I'm gonna move mine up just a little bit with my pencil, just to make it separate from the first heart a little bit more. Okay, shake it around a little, get the salt on there.
Clumped up, or should it be like just on it?
Mine looks pretty clumped. See,
Okay.
mine looks pretty clumped. Okay. Now I'll
Yeah,
stop
can't
there.
really be clumped because she's using a glue stick.
That's okay. No
Sorry, I
problem.
have a question. Did you put salt on both of the hearts or just in between?
Jessica.
Yes, let me share with you real quick on the screen. I put salt on both of my hearts.
And only on the glue part or also on the paper?
I just put salt on the glue part, but it ends up getting on the paper a little bit,
Okay,
and that's
great.
okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, sure. Good question. Anytime you ask a question, you probably help somebody else who's wondering. So don't ever feel bad to ask a question. Okay. Hi, Princess of All Unicorns is back. Now, don't get the salt in your eye. That's gonna hurt. And it doesn't taste good like sugar. Braylon, did you find any salt yet?
No, so I'm using my foam balls.
Okay, great. Excellent problem solving. And you know what, Braylon? Now you'll know how to do this. So even if you can't do it right now, you'll know how to do it later and you can try it later.
Do you have a dog?
I see one in your background.
I do have a dog. He's sitting on my bed. His name's Domino. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my screen share and I'm going to do the same thing with my next heart with my glue.
Mine's really not working out.
It will. Just add a little bit more glue. Okay, here we go. And my next one, I'm going to do a little touch up with my paintbrush. If you have a paintbrush, you can touch it up with the glue, make the glue move around how you want it to. Excellent. Okay. I bet somebody can guess what the next step here is. Dun, dun, dun. Add the salt. Okay, so put your salt on, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Some people have done this with sand before. Braylon, if you have a sandbox, you could go get sand and do it with sand. I don't have a sandbox, but just another suggestion in case you do. Sand works too. All right, this looks pretty cool. I'm happy with
It would be disgusting.
I'm happy with how this is.
My cable is so salty.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
It needs salt.
Careful. And dump it back out. Okay. Now I'm going to move it around a little bit like I did with the last one, just to give it a little bit more space from the one behind it.
Is this okay?
Yeah, that looks great. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let me spotlight you for a minute so I can see it up close. It's perfect. Yes, you actually did great with the glue stick.
Is this okay?
Let's see, who's this?
Got
Say your
green
name.
sand.
Okay, let's see. Oh, yes, but be careful because you could be adding salt in each layer. Princess of all unicorns, I forgot your name again. Sorry.
Madeline.
Madeline, can you put salt in there real quick? Because if the glue dries, then the salt's not going to stick. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my screen share, and you're going to see that we're going to do the next step is going to be the same.
Can you please slow down because I need more salt?
Sure, absolutely, Alex, no problem. If you are ready, you can go ahead, but if you're not ready, you can just wait, okay? So what I'm going to do for the next step is repeat the first two steps. And that's going to be to go back in. Now, do you see how down here I have a little extra glue? I don't really want that. So now I'm going to rub it away because once it has the salt on it, it's easy to kind of rub away. Okay. So while we're waiting for some friends to get some more salt, what we're going to do is we're going to start to get ready to go to the next heart. Okay. Now the next heart right here, I notice on mine is a little too close to the other one. So I'm going to actually move my glue back just a little bit and not follow my line perfectly. That's something else you can do. If you don't want to follow your line exactly perfectly, that's okay, because maybe it didn't go in the right spot you wanted it, and that's okay. Awesome. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. I'm happy with that one. Now, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of paintbrush. Yes?
I already did the whole heart.
Awesome. Then start.
All of them. All of them.
Excellent. Good for you. Start putting.
I might have added too much salt.
No, you didn't. There's no such thing as too much salt. So if there's extra salt all over it, give it a few minutes to dry. And then you're going to carefully shake it a little bit and dump it back into the garbage or into a bowl. No such thing as too much.
Okay.
My mom's gonna get so mad when she sees the table.
That's okay. We'll promise to clean up our messes if we made a mess, okay? Moms won't get mad as long as we clean up your mess, hopefully. Okay, awesome. Now I'm gonna add my salt. I keep saying sand because I've done this with sand before. Sorry, you know I mean salt. Okay. Now my top of my heart's a little bit thick, so I want to be very careful when I lift it up that I don't make it go into a way I don't want it to go, where it's going to be kind of drippy. I want to make sure I fill it with a lot of sand because the sand's going to soak up and absorb into the glue. Excellent. I'm going to leave you at that step for a minute and see how everybody's doing.
I finished salting all of my.
Awesome. Okay, shake them around a little bit and let the salt come off.
Stop. Sorry, I'm trying to get it in the.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. Anybody have any questions? Paige. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
I finished the whole one except just the salt is going into the sink.
Okay, good. Salt in the sink is perfect. Okay, who else has a question? Anybody? My salt is all over my desk right now, and then the dog is licking it a little bit on the floor. So wherever your salt goes, we'll just clean it up after. Okay, so I'm going to shake off my salt. Alex, am I going too quick or you're good? Okay. I'm going to shake off my salt and I'm going to touch it up like I did before. Okay. There we go. Oh, I got to put it on the screen so you can see. Oh, bless me. Okay. So here we go. The last part is what I'm going to do now, and then we're going to get ready to do our really fun part with the watercolors. That's going to be great. So now I'm using the back of my pencil, and I'm kind of cleaning it up just a little bit so that it separates nice and good. I'm going to shake it off a little bit. Now you should notice that the sand is getting a little chunky, which is good because it means it's soaked into the glue. Sorry, I'm going to say salt. I keep saying sand, forgive me. Okay, last one.
Just keep saying sand. We'll know what you mean.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, thank you. Okay, here we go. Last one. If you are already above this step, thank you for being patient. Okay. All right, and I'm gonna take my paintbrush. Now my paintbrush got all mixed up with sand. So it's kind of not gonna go as smoothly as I want. So I'm gonna put it aside and I'm gonna take a new paintbrush. If you only have one paintbrush, that's totally fine. We can actually even wash it if we need to. Okay, mine's looking pretty cool how I want it to look. Before I get the sand in there, I'm gonna kind of put it as thick as I want. Let's see. Okay, salt is coming. All right, my last salt, here we go. Now it does take kind of a lot of salt. So hopefully you have enough. But this is a cool thing you can actually do anytime if you have extra time and you want to do something at home, because this is pretty simple to do. It doesn't take a lot of materials. It doesn't take a lot of mess. Well, a little bit of a mess. But if you don't have, stick mine off and double check what I want to clean up. Whoa. Okay, let's see. Now you'll see up here, I'm going to clean mine up just a little bit. Once you have exactly how you want it and you've cleaned it up and you've gotten all your extra little spots off of it, you are ready to do the next really fun step, which is the watercolors. Wow, look at my salt everywhere. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, push it out of the way and we're ready to go. Okay, so now you guys will see. I'm going to stop screen sharing for just 1 minute and see if everybody is ready to go on to the next step. No? Okay, don't worry. Don't worry, Alex. Okay, if you are ready to go on to the next step, just be patient for a couple minutes. get ready to see our amazing project come to life. So for the next step, you're going to need, you don't have to do anything yet, but you're going to need a couple paintbrushes and your watercolor. Okay. I'm going to run away for 1 second and get a trash can to put my salt in. Be right back.
It's quite quiet. I can't hear anything.
It's just because no one's talking. Do we have to do
Okay,
anything?
so I found a little plastic bag, and I'm going to put my extra salt into the plastic bag just to get it off my desk. Okay. Okay, good enough for now. I can always clean up later. Okay, so now I'm going to ask for a thumbs up if we are ready to move on. I see one thumbs up. Okay, I got a thumbs down, Braylon. No problem. You want me to wait a few minutes for you?
Yeah, my glue just needs to dry.
Okay. I see another thumbs down, Lily. Thumb up. Okay. And Quincy and Jojo, you need a couple minutes? No problem. I'll wait. Thank you for telling me. In the meantime, you guys know me. I tell bad jokes. I'm going to get some bad jokes for you. Oh, boy. I know you guys are probably sick of my bad jokes, but I love them.
Bad joke.
Jokes that are real dumb. Okay. Let's see. Let me get some good jokes. Let me see. Why did the student eat his homework? Because the teacher said it was a piece of cake.
I've heard that one.
Oh my goodness, this one is so dumb. What is brown, hairy, and wears sunglasses?
An orangutan that wears sunglasses? I don't know.
Coconut on vacation. Now, please don't think I tell these jokes. I steal them from the internet. Okay, let's see.
Can we start painting?
Oh, all of a sudden my internet froze, so hold on. Okay. Maybe I gotta go to a different joke page. That one froze.
Oh, you're on a page?
I was on a page, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Can we start painting?
I think we'll be able to start painting in just a minute. What did the left eye say to the right eye?
I see you.
Between us, something smells.
That's really bad.
You don't get it? It's the nose. Your nose smells in between your two eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please say you're not making up these jokes.
Layla, don't worry if you have to do some more lines. That's no problem. You can actually just see the next step, and then you can go back and work on your own time, okay? All right, so Vivian Press, you guys ready to do this? All right, here we go. So now I'm gonna get my water. I have a little cup for water. I have my paintbrush. I'm only gonna dip it in a little bit of water because I need to make my paints wet, right? Watercolors don't work so good unless you add something special to them called water, right? Okay, I'm noticing I have two yellows here. I don't know what happened to my red, but I probably have it somewhere else. Okay, so I'm getting all my watercolors a little bit wet so that I can blend them onto my hearts, okay? So now I don't really need too much more water. So what I'm gonna do next is, okay, see how each one of these is a little bit wet? Next, I'm going to put it onto my salt. And what's going to happen is the salt is going to absorb, that's a big word, but it's going to absorb the color like a paper towel would absorb water. So you don't want to have it. I actually need to get another little cup. You don't want to press into the salt. You just, and what happens is it soaks it right up.
I use colored sand.
And let me get another one. Now I'm going to blend my colors. Oh, you did?
I used color sand.
I bet you it looks amazing. You can still put some colors on top of it.
Can we start painting?
Please mute yourself. I don't want to actually press down into the salt, because what's going to happen is it's going to move it around. So I want to just let it drop on top. So I'm going to need to keep putting my brush. That looks pretty cool to me. So now I'm going to go and switch to some different colors for the next one. Okay, see how it's just soaking in when I drop it on there? It's kind of tedious in the sense that it takes a little time to get it to go.
Do you want us to just paint the salt part or the other part?
Just paint the salt part for now. We're going to paint the other part later, but right now we're just painting the salt part. And you actually don't have to paint the other part unless you want to later. You might want to do it with like colored pencils once the salt dries, because it's a little easier to control. Okay. So now you see how I'm doing this, and it's kind of filling up into there. Okay, I'm going to just kind of do mine rainbow. And so I'm going to kind of blend. Now, do you notice right here on the last one, I got a little bit of my paintbrush moved the colors around more than I wanted it to. That's okay. We're not perfect, right? We're going to sometimes make little mistakes. We can always touch it up later. I mean, I actually pressed my paintbrush into the salt and it moved it around a little. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Da, 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 da. Now, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to look carefully for a second, because I have another pack of watercolor somewhere that I know has red, but I got to go find it in my room. Be right back. You guys keep painting. Well, I don't know where I put it, but I did find the red, so I'm going to be able to use that. So here's my red. I have a little extra cup red, so I'm going to use that. Make it nice and wet. That's really what I was looking for, with some red. And I'm going to lay the color on like this. Now, if you were going to do this again another time, if you let the salt dry for even another 15-20 minutes, it actually works even faster with putting the colors on. And it's really cool how it looks. It actually changes a little bit because the salt is much drier and it will absorb quicker. Okay, it doesn't give it kind of that same look that I have on mine. It kind of looks like tie-dye. It will take the colors a little more even. Okay, who needs any help? Nobody? Now my water got kind of gross. See how it turned into this yucky color right here? I might dump that out and add some more clean water. Okay, so keep painting. Now, could I blend colors together? Totally. If I wanted to put some purple, I could do, if I didn't have a purple, I could put some blue down. And on top of the blue, I could add some red, and I'm gonna get a cool purple. Okay, raise your hand if you have any questions, or just unmute yourself while we're all working. It's easier sometimes if we just start talking, and then I can look up to see who's asking a question. Because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes grown-ups have a lot of extra stuff to do and they don't always have time to make art. So while I'm doing these classes, I get to do my art too, and it makes me so happy. Something cool happened the other day for us at my house. So down near where I live in North Hollywood, there's a mural that somebody painted that has all these cool birds on it. And so each person that worked on it painted one of the birds. But then there was still 2 birds that somebody didn't paint. Somebody didn't show up that day. And so they didn't get painted. And so there was 2 birds that looked kind of sad because they were the only birds that weren't painted. So I called the company and I said, those birds are so pretty, but they make the mural look a little unfinished. Like, is there somebody going to come back and paint them? And they said, no, nobody's going to come back. And I said, well, could I paint them? And so my son and I and my sister, we all got to go paint them.
Oh, us first. Because you're so
That's so cool.
So my son and I and my sister, we got to go paint the birds and make them really cool. And so I will show you guys what we did. But what's great about that is that if you see somebody doing art somewhere in the world, you can always ask them, can I be part of it? And most often they'll say yes, because they love to have, if they're doing art like that, they love to have art for the community. I'm gonna get a picture real quick so I can share with you guys what we painted.
That's so cool. I wish I could do something like that.
You can do something like that. You just have to ask sometimes. But sometimes it takes, like, you know, guts to ask somebody,
I don't know
can I
about
do
this
something
summer,
like that, right?
And quarantine and all, but
I know. The quarantine stinks. All right, let me show you. I'm gonna email myself so that I can pull them up and show you guys. Okay. All right, let's see. Anybody want to share how you're doing? Wow, awesome, Preston. Now make sure you don't hold it too much like it's gonna drip, okay? Polly, go for it.
I've got a fact about salt.
Oh, that is so gorgeous. Now, the best way I think for you guys to do it, oh, wow, good job, Maddie. The best way to do the background, I think, is to let it dry all the way and then paint it. But if you are in a hurry, or not in a hurry, but if you're finished and you want to rush ahead, that's no problem. What you can do is, what's that?
I just logged on and I have no idea how he's doing this.
Oh, who's doing what? I think Ashley was talking to somebody else. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm pulling up my other picture to share with you guys.
Did you know that salt is actually little grains of crystal?
Little grains of crystal, cool. Okey-doke. All right, so I'm going to share really quickly with you the bird pictures, and then you guys can keep working, but just so you guys can see and might inspire you to become involved in some art like that. Let's see. Okay, come here, birdies. Sorry, one more second. Okay. So here we are, we're painting the birds. You guys see that? That's me and my sister and my son. And then here's our finished bird. We actually did 2 of them, but here's one of them we finished. Looks pretty cool, huh? Now his name's on here. So anytime when he's more grown up, we can come back and we can look at the area and we can say, look at what you made when you were just a little baby. Okay, so I haven't had much more time to paint mine yet. I am going to show you if you want to do the background, even before it dries. I'm going to use a soft brush, okay? A brush that's very soft. It's going to be easier when I'm painting my background, okay? Now keep in mind, it is going to go into the sand a little bit. That's okay, but a softer brush is going to make the paint move around a little easier. If you use a real stiff brush, sometimes it doesn't bend enough and you won't be able to get in between the salt. Okay, so see how cool that's going to look? And you can even notice it's even collecting some of the salt along the way, which is kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to use a kind of a lot of water on this part. Okay, here we go. Yes, look at how nice that looks. I actually am going to change my mind and tell you go ahead and paint it right now if you want, because I kind of like how it is looking, absorbing some of the salt that's there. And that's not going to happen if it's all dried. So I actually think that looks pretty cool like that. It doesn't work the same when you're doing sand. I don't know why. So that's why I didn't suggest it before.
It looks so awesome. It looks like tie-dye.
Oh, thank you.
I love it. It's doing like a million different things.
Yeah, some people went more with like a pattern of what their colors were, or they went from colors that went out, but we chose to do ours. I chose to do mine with colors that were kind of like rainbow, so that I didn't have to worry about exactly matching like one section to another section. But that looks pretty awesome. And see how the next painting we were actually going to do, but we've run out of time for today, is we were going to do a painting where you take watercolors, which I'm going to show you just a little bit on the side here. So see where my water and orange is. So if you do a painting with just watercolors, and while it's wet, you take some of your sand. Okay, Braylon, you can get some sand later. You take some of your sand while it's still wet.
I've already got salt.
Salt, yes. And you go like this. What happens is it starts to soak in just the same way it did with the glue, except for this time we don't have any glue. See how cool it happen is when it dries, I'll brush off all the extra salt, and what it'll leave is it'll leave these cool little marks that gives it some dimension in my background. I hope that makes sense to everybody. I want to see how you're doing in a few minutes, because believe it or not, we're almost running out of time. Boy, it goes fast when you're having fun. I'm going to take a picture of mine so that I can keep it for a record of some time about how I did this. Sometimes when I'm doing a lot of projects, I forget how I did one before. Okay, so I don't want to spend any more time having you guys watching me paint. So I'm going to finish up quickly my little background area so that it matches the same color, because if I leave half of it and then I come back later, well, might have a little less water, and then the colors kind of don't match because watercolors get lighter and darker the more and less water you add. Okay, so I'm going to do my background quickly before I run out of time. And then I'm going to stop my screen share, and I'm going to ask my amazing students to come to show me what they've made. Now, it might be a little hard because we don't want it to be dripping everywhere. So you might have to just kind of hold it on the side and show me a little bit. Okay, I've added my salt. I'm going to let that do its thing and dry. Okay, let me see my amazing artists. Wow, Molly and Rachel, so cool. Can I spotlight you? Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Hold it up one more time. Okay. Molly and Rachel, can I see yours again? I spotlighted you. Wow, look how cool. Okay, hold them down before they drip. Good job. Okay, who else wants to share? Let me see. Jenna, do you want to show yours, Jenna? Look at Jenna's, guys. Oh, how cool. I'm spotlighting you. That is beautiful. Really good job.
Thank you.
Okay. Who else wants to show? Braylon, do you want to show yours? Okay, Braylon's going to show hers. She did it totally different.
Finished.
Oh, wow. Excellent. So you did find some salt then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Very nice. I was interested to see the one you did with the little styrofoam balls. Okay. I see somebody raise their hand. Tali and Tess, do you want to show yours? Okay. Here we go. Wow, gorgeous. I'm going to take a picture of some of these. These are awesome. Very cool. Well done. Okay, let's see who raised their hand. Quincy and Jojo, you want to show yours? Let me go back to you. Okay, Alex, you'll be after them. Let me find Quincy and Jojo. Where did you guys go? Oh, there they are. Okie dokie. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. I love how you went with one color there. Very cool. And I love your triangle. Awesome. I'm proud of you guys. Let me take a picture. Super cool. Okay, awesome. All right, Alex, you're up.
Yeah, cuties.
Let's see yours. Oh, wow. Whoa, look at how cool her colors came out. It's totally tie-dye. That is amazing.
Mine kind of looks like.
I don't even know how you could make colors like that. It's so cool. Who else wants to share? Sophie, you want to share? Sophie Johnson, you want to share? No? Okay. You don't have to. Paige, you want to share? Oh, beautiful. Look at Paige's, guys. She did an awesome pink background. Beautiful. Wow. Amazing. I love all the colors. The yellow really pops. Very cool. Okay, I see Lily wants to share. Lily. Oh, beautiful, Lily. You could even either cut the edge of that paper off, or you could just keep painting colors out, making even more of a rainbow. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. Who else would like to share? Does somebody else have their hand up? Jonah. Jonah, you want to share yours? Jonah.
So, I didn't have glue, so.
Okay.
I didn't have glue, so I just went like this.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing. Super cool. You know what? It's okay if you didn't have glue. Did you have some salt?
No.
Oh, okay. If you have salt, you can ask your family. If you have salt, put some salt in it while it's still wet. It'll look so cool. Okay, let's see.
I think I could try and get some.
Okay, yeah, that's a cool idea. Okay, so we have to get going in about 3 minutes. So anybody else that wants to share, I'd love to see what you guys did. If you don't,
Salt is?
if you don't have time, you know what we could do? Oh, Sophie, beautiful. Let me share yours. Oh, look at Sophie's, guys. Awesome.
She's in front of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, she has the Golden Gate Bridge behind her. So if on Friday, here's what we'll do. On Friday, you guys can we'll have a little art gallery. We'll do our first painting that we did with the jellyfish. And we'll have our salt paintings before we get started on our last painting, which let me remind myself what we are doing on that day. Let's see. Oh, okay, so on Friday, bring your other art pieces and we'll share with each other, because you know what makes people inspired is seeing other people's art. And so on Friday, we'll share with we're gonna have a 4th of July party, right? And then you'll need a paper, pencil, eraser, watercolors, a brush, and if you have it, crayons or oil pastels. Not the pastels that are like chalk, the oil pastels, okay?
Okay, oil pastel. No problem.
Oil. Okay. Does anybody, oh wow, look at Preston showing his. Let me show yours in Spotlight, Preston. Awesome. Let me get a picture. Good job, Vivian. Good job, Preston. Oh wow, super cool. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye because it's 10:30. And at 10:30, you guys have to go take a break for your snacks. And then at 11, we'll be back for arts and crafts if you're in my class, okay? Bye, everybody. See you later. Great job today. Bye.